What is the deal, beautiful people? It's your boy Ramon, Lifestyles Defined. Let's talk about the Sony A7 III, the non-existent camera right now. So I woke up this morning to a link from Jerry. Jerry's been in this weird space where, he's a huge Olympus guy, but he's looking to get a full frame camera, and the options. As we all know, we all talk about a lot on this channel. There's so many options and it can be confusing. And even if you get a grasp on it, depending on which day of the week it is, you could lean one direction or the other. So there's a lot. So he's been hunting, he's been looking into a full frame camera. And of course, you know, the Sony A7III is the latest on the market. And I mean, it's a dope camera. There's a lot about it to love. And he's not quite sure he wants to pull the trigger. So he's actually, he's been looking to wait for the Sony A7 III. Now, there's a lot of weirdness about what Sony's doing here with their camera lines. Because generally speaking, the A7 would be the all-arounder in the range of the full frame line from Sony. You'd have the A7S that had a bigger sensor, smaller megapixels, amazing for night photography, had some killer video features. And then you had the A7R, higher megapixel, killer video features. And then it would follow that lineage, right? So when they announced the A7R III first, it kind of threw me off. Because the R3, the R is usually the last in the line to be released. It's like, whoa, why is it the first? So there were some things about it that sort of got me thinking. If you look at the A9 and then you look at the A7R3, I was sort of thinking, okay, maybe they are holding back the A7 III to make it sort of a mix in between those two, where it's not as high as a megapixel count as the A7R III. Maybe it's not as super fast a frame per second as the A9, but maybe it's got all the killer features and the video features that we need that we'll see in the, no doubt, the A7S III. The issue here is the link that Jerry sent me. There was one thing that threw me for a loop. So the rumors and the roadmap is we should see this guy sometime in the first half of next year, which is fine. And you can expect the same backlit 24 megapixel sensor from the A9, which is good, 6 frames a second, which is plenty. It's a joystick, which I love joysticks. I enjoyed the hell out of that when I reviewed the Canon 5D Mark IV. There's a touchscreen, finally, and the autofocus system is supposed to be the same autofocus system from the A9, which the entire industry sort of is like, oh yeah, this is for real. They finally got it right here. It's kind of amazing. But the spec that I really did not like about the A7 III is the 4K at 30 frames a second. And I'm really quite frustrated by this. Now, I did a video a while back outlining a few things about how the cell phone industry is really, and these tech companies are really putting the camera companies to shame. And this is just another notch in that argument. Like, the iPhone just came out and it's shooting 4K at 60 frames a second. Like, and I don't want to get into the argument about the megabits per second and the quality. Like, I don't care. I don't care. If something that can cost me $1,000 can shoot the 4K at 60 frames a second, and when you get it in post, you can make it so you can't even tell the difference. Why does my $3,000 camera not do it? Like, that's so frustrating to me. Why can't you just... It can't be a thing of raw processing, because, like, Panasonic is doing it with a smaller sensor. Like, can you just throw, like, a Snapdragon 835 in these cameras and be done with it? Like, why do I have to watch Apple come out and perfect a portrait mode when I already have... I got a 50 mil 1.8 on here, and there's plenty of bokeh. But what if I want more bokeh? What if I just want to, destroy the background completely? Why can't my camera do that for me when my cell phone can? That annoys me. And then here it is. You know, I wanted to get into a lot of the vlogging stuff. You guys have seen various things on the channel. I quite like vlogging. I don't like it on a consistent basis because I feel like it takes me out of the moment, and it's hard enough to be a photographer and be present in the moment. I don't want to be a photographer than a YouTuber vlogging in the same moment. Like that's too much for me. I'll always choose photography first. But I want to increase the cinematic value on this channel. I want to do some more dope things. And part of that is just slow motion. I love the way slow motion, like if you guys watch a lot of Peter McKinnon stuff, I swear his things are so dope because he's got that slow motion, and that 1DX is throwing out 120 frame a second video. Like I want to be able to do that. And if I can't do that, at the very least, give me 4K 60 frames a second. So that when I slow it down in post, I get a decent slow motion. Why is this so difficult? Like now I'm super worried about that A7, and I know these things are it's only rumors, but these rumors haven't been wrong in so long. And we're living in a world where I can, you know, I just signed on to go through the news for the day, and Flickr released their report. Yet again, the most popular camera on the site is an iPhone camera by like 53%. Like a landslide. What? You would think if you're being beat down like that, and your industry is threatened, you would start to innovate faster. You know, it's so much harder for these cell phone manufacturers to look at what real cameras can do and emulate it than it would be for these real cameras to just implement some of the things that these cell phone these cell phones do. Why are they not doing it? Why are they so complacent? I don't know. Maybe I'm just upset. Maybe I'm just from Brooklyn. You guys hit the comment section below. Let me know what to think. I know a lot of you are also waiting for that A7 III. I want to hear from you. I want to know what you think. My name is Ramon. I'm out of here. Peace.
Well, I guess. And the reason we started Lifestyles Defined is because if we weren't on camera arguing about these things, the technologies, the phones, the iPhones, the Androids, the cameras, the games, we'd be on the phone arguing about it. We'd be in each other's houses arguing about it. So why not just put it in front of a camera for everyone to enjoy it the way we do? That's what Lifestyles Defined is all about. We just love this shit.
From the deep forest into the sun.